Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? So today we're going to be talking about Grand Theft Auto 4 versus Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, I feel like these two games are extremely similar and extremely different in certain ways. Of course, Grand Theft Auto 4 is better than Grand Theft Auto 5 on some aspects, and Grand Theft Auto 5 is better than GTA 4 on some aspects. Now, how this is going to work is I'm going to take a look at these two games individually, talk about certain aspects when it comes to story, gameplay, whatever, and then at the end I'm going to compare them both. I'm not going to necessarily see which is better, but see I guess the different and similar aspects of both games. Either way, let's just get started with Grand Theft Auto 4. Now, when it comes to driving in Grand Theft Auto 4, a lot of people say it's slippery, a lot of people say it's like driving in the snow. Me personally, I feel like it's sort of realistic. When you take tight turns, you have a little bit of a spin out, or when you take wide turns, your car drifts a little bit. Or let's just say you crash into another car, Nico will actually fly out of the car because, that's sort of realistic. You don't really get that in GTA 5. And let's just say you get into a car crash, it looks like a realistic car crash. In GTA 5, it sort of looks like, oh yeah, you just got some scratches. That's it. With GTA 4, it looks a lot more realistic. And I would say a lot of the car models in GTA 4 look a lot more realistic than GTA 5. You see, with GTA 4, they chose a lot of cars from that era. Like, I don't know the name, but it's like a drop-top Mercedes, or you have the Range Rover, or I don't know, you had like the Porsche, you had this, you had that. You had a good variety of cars in GTA 4. And granted, they look a lot more realistic than GTA 5, because GTA 5, it just has a lot of shine to it. And I'll be honest, the car looks like it's covered in fucking lube. And the driving in GTA 5 feels a lot more tight. But anyway, I feel like I'm getting away from the driving aspects of GTA 4. Now, when you take car damage in GTA 4, your car actually looks messed up. While in GTA 5, your car just has a couple scratches on it. Anyway, I feel like I've said enough about driving in cars. Let's move on to the next section. When it comes to the story of Grand Theft Auto 4, it's not necessarily complicated, it's just that there's a lot in it, with the diamonds and this and that, all the smaller details, and then you have the DLC. Either way, I'm just gonna keep it simple. So your main character is Niko Bellic, and he comes from a Serbian country like Russia or something like that, and he was part of some war or something like that, and of course after the war he wanted to come to America, the land of opportunity, and he essentially moves in with his cousin Roman, which obviously, if you've played the game, Roman's obviously lied about, what he has in America. You see, before Nico came to America, Roman was like, I live in a mansion, I have hot bitches, I have a bunch of cars, this and that. Of course, when Nico comes over to America, he lives in a shitty apartment, and he works at a cab company, and he gets hassled by mobsters who are not paying off his debts. That's just the basic plot line of Grand Theft Auto 4. Now, of course, in the beginning of the game, you help, deal with Roman's debt, you kill some mobsters, but of course, once you kill one mobster, you have to deal with another. Now, the first mobster you kill is Vladimir. I forgot what his last name was. Of course, you kill some of the people that, I guess, hassle Roman. So, in the beginning of the game, you have to do jobs for this guy named Vladimir. He'll have you steal cars, he'll have you, I guess, chase people down, and he'll have you deal with people that don't pay off their debts. But of course, you can't do this forever, so you kill Mr. Vladimir. But of course, after that, you have to deal with Mr. Faustin. Now, that is another mobster, but I guess he's sort of higher up because, of course, Roman hides in a trash. Well, yeah, you guys could just listen to the cutscene.
Roman? Psst, Nico! Roman, what are you doing in the dumpster, man?
Out of here?
What are you talking about? Get out of there, man.
I'm freaking out, man. I'm being followed. I saw them.
Don't be ridiculous. You're being paranoid.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Everything was fine, and then you show up, and now we're dead. Because Faustin is a psychopath. He's going to kill us. Because we killed Vlad. Vlad was his man. That's how it works. You kill their guy, they kill you.
Roman, get out of there, man. Listen to me. Vlad was a piece of trash. They don't care about him. All they care about is making money. So, we say we work for them. Now get out of there. You smell like cabbage.
I don't want to, man. I'm shitting myself. Oh!
Get out of the dumpster, Mr. Fatman! Come on, Fatty. The boss wants a little chat.
I would play the rest of the cutscene, but it goes on for about 5 more minutes. So anyway, after this you do jobs for Mr. Faustin, you kill people, you do certain jobs, and it just goes on from there. Now, one of Faustin's enforcers, Dimitri, has a lot to do in the storyline, but I don't think I'm gonna go into that. So as you do jobs for Mr. Faustin, you have to go to Dimitri. He gives you the job, you do the job, that's it. Now at the end of this plotline, you kill Mr. Faustin, but once you kill him, Dimitri wants to kill you, and the story just goes on from there. But I'd say the main point of the story in this game is just, you know, getting revenge on certain people, doing jobs, you know, just seeking revenge. You know, it's, to me, I'm not a big fan of this plotline. I feel like it would be better in a show or a movie. I don't think this story really fits in a video game. I mean, for me, the story isn't really that interesting. I mean, whenever I play GTA 4, I mostly do free roam, stuff like that. The story isn't really that interesting. But hey, I don't know, maybe some of you guys may like it. Maybe this is your favorite GTA game. I don't know. The graphics. Now, I know when we look at Grand Theft Auto 4 today, they look last gen, they look old, they look outdated. But when this came out, this was the realest thing. This had great graphics back in the day. I know it looks last gen, but still, it is incredibly underrated how good this game looks. Now, I know some of you guys may be a little bit younger, but going from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas or Vice City to this was absolutely amazing. I mean, everything just looks so much more realistic in this game. You had the rain physics, you had the cars that were covered in dirt, and once you go to the car wash, you could actually see the dirt go away from the car. You could actually see the water splashing around and stuff like that. Like, this game just looks good, in my opinion. And then once you get it on PC, you can bump it up to 4K or 8K if that's even possible. It looks absolutely crystal clear. It looks just amazing. I know I'm repeating myself, my apologies for that, but yeah, I can't say enough how much this game looks. Either way, I guess on to the next section. When it comes to nostalgia for this game, I don't really have a lot. I just have one that's actually nice. There's this one summer when I went to summer school, and I would always come home, see my dad playing Grand Theft Auto 4. We'd spend hours playing this game. We'd see how long we could keep 5 stars for. We'd always rob helicopters, do stuff like that. And I don't know, man. It's just, it's a nice memory for me. And then when the DLCs came out, I spent hours with Dad, stealing helicopters, using a parachute, shooting rocket launchers. It was fun. When it comes to gameplay, it's just like any typical Grand Theft Auto game. You rob people, you drive cars, you run over people, you drive on the sidewalk. It's your basic Grand Theft Auto gameplay. But I feel like GTA 4 had more detail to it. So let's just say you shoot a pedestrian, you shoot them in the leg. They're also going to be stumbling over on one leg, and it's just a lot more detail when you shoot people, I guess. Or let's just say you're shooting a police officer. Let's just say you shoot the arm that the cop is holding a gun in. Obviously, he's going to be misfiring everywhere because, again, he can't control his gun because, well, we shot it. It's small details like that make me love the game. And let's just say you want to steal somebody's car. There's actually a lot of ways you could do it. You could either break the glass, I don't know, try to open a window with like a pipe or something. There's a lot of small details in this game that I absolutely like. Or let's just say you want to buy a gun in GTA 4. You can't really go to a public store like Ammunition. You have to go to another ground gun store. Which I feel like that's a lot better than going to, just a public store, out in the open, buying a gun, shooting it everywhere. I feel like buying it from underground places is more, I guess, better. I don't know, man, that's weird to say, but either way, the point is there's a lot of small details in the gameplay that I love about GTA 4. Alright, so we're done with GTA 4, let's move on to GTA 5. Now, like I said before, there are some similarities and there are some differences, so let's just get started. Alright, so I spoiled this a little bit earlier with the GTA 4 section, but the driving in GTA 5 feels a lot more tighter. Like I said earlier, with the driving in GTA 4, when you take a tight turn or when you take a wide turn, you do a little bit of a drift. In GTA 5, you have to purposely make your car drift with the RB button, but I guess on PlayStation it would be RB. I don't know. I'll just assume you guys know the button I'm talking about. But yeah, the driving just feels a lot more tighter. And the car selection in GTA 5 is a bit lackluster to say the least. I mean, when you walk around in Grand Theft Auto 5, you always see the same cars. You either see a pickup truck, or a sedan, or this or that. It's always the same old stuff. I feel like the car selection was better on Grand Theft Auto 4. Because, you had the Mercedes, you had the Ferrari, you had the Porsche, you He had a good variety of cars, but on GTA 5 it's always usually the same stuff. Either way, I feel like I'm gonna cut this off before I start rambling, so on to the next section. Alright, now when it comes to the story of GTA 5, there are a lot of factors that come into it. Let me just explain the main three characters. So, there's Michael. He used to rob banks and stuff like that back in the 80s and 90s, but of course, that job went wrong and he had to go, I guess, undercover. He had to start a new life. Of course, one person that did the job with him was Trevor, but we'll go into that later. Then there's Franklin, the guy that wants to essentially make it out of the hood, so he works for Simeon in a car dealership and he has to steal this one car from Michael. And of course, Michael finds out, they crash into the car dealership, and Michael and Franklin, of course, start a friendship, but then eventually Michael's wife cheats on Michael with the tennis coach, and they have to tear down a house, but apparently that was a house that belonged to Madrazo, which was a drug lord, and of course, since they tore down the house, now they owe Madrazo. I know this isn't the best way to recap the story, and my apologies for that. I would show the cutscenes, but they go on for about 10 minutes, so again, my apologies. But anyway, since they owe Madrazo money, they have to do a heist. They had to rob a jewelry store, and of course, Michael got caught. Now this is where Trevor comes in, so Trevor and Michael, they both did the heist back in the, I guess, 80s, and Trevor thought that Michael died, and Trevor essentially went down to Los Santos to meet up with Michael, and it's not that good. Here's a cutscene. It goes on for a little while. I apologize for that, but yeah, here we go.
Somebody say yoga? Trevor? Michael.
Hey, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah, I bet it is. Of course, I'm not the one that's been resurrected. Ain't this grand?
Yeah, well, I got in a bit of an awkward situation.
You're telling me, bro. Yeah. One of those fake your own deaths to your best buddy, and then run off with the dough, and then live in a big mansion. Awkward situations.
It's one way of looking at it.
Yeah, do you have any other ways of looking at it? 'Cause I am all out.
Look, it was a long time ago, man. I've been in witness protection. I still am.
That's great. That's great. I'm sorry. Where are my manners, right? Amanda, it is good to see you. Oh, I missed you. You used to be fatter. Nice new tits, by the way. Jimmy, you used to be thinner, but I can't blame you. Who are you?
Namaste. I'm Fabian.
Good Lord. Where's Tracy?
Where's your sister, Jim?
She's trying out for TV.
She's what?
Yeah, she's auditioning for Fame or Shame.
Fame or shame?
The fuck are you talking about?
You know, it's that talent/skills show. She loves it, you guys know that.
What's her talent?
Dancing.
Oh, Christ, she's a horrible dancer.
Michael!
She might disagree with you on that.
Jesus Christ, what, now? Now? Where?
The Maze Bank Arena.
Oh, little Tracy being humiliated. Let's go, we go get her.
We?
Yeah, we. What, are you gonna stand here and argue while your daughter becomes a national laughingstock? Huh? You're worse than I thought. Now let's go, come on!
All right.
Come on, you dipshit.
Again, my apologies for the long-ass cutscene. Again, sincerely apologize. That went on for like 10 minutes. My apologies. But anyway, though, after this, they do jobs for the FBI, and the story kind of goes on from there. Now, I'll admit the story's a bit better from GTA 4, but it's still not my favorite. Alright, graphics. Now, when it comes to graphics in GTA 5, they actually took a major upgrade. From GTA 4 to GTA 5, It's not a big difference, but it's still good. GTA 4 had more darker tones, which, I mean, granted, it was kind of supposed to because of the setting. You know, New York is sort of a darker city, so I kind of get that. But when it comes to GTA 5, it just sort of looks like they turned up the brightness setting by a lot. And again, hey, I get it, you know, Los Angeles, it's a bright, sunny city. But so they could have added more details, more walk-in buildings. They could have added a lot. I felt like they could have taken a lot from GTA 4 and transferred it to GTA 5. But still, I'd say for the most part, GTA 5 still stands up on its own when it comes to graphics. Now the nostalgia. Now I only have a few memories with GTA 5, and it was the midnight launch. Now, I remember begging my dad to take me to the midnight launch. And the thing is, it was on a school night. I think I was in like 10th grade or something. So I kept on begging my dad, please, you know, take me to the midnight launch. And we actually went. And the night it was about to drop, I kept on asking him, please, 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 whatever. I go to sleep and it's about midnight. My dad's just like, fine, get dressed, let's go. So we drive over to the midnight launch and I'm fucking excited. I'm giddy as shit. I am off the roof when it comes to excitement. We go there, we're all sitting there, we're all hyped for GTA 5. And I know GameStop was only letting in one person at a time to stop like riots or stealing or anything like that. But I remember the first guy that got it. The first guy. He ran over to his buddy's car and they were like doing burnouts and donuts in the parking lot. Everybody was all mad hype. It was cool. It was a good memory. Now when I got my copy, the only thing I forgot was the Xbox 360, it only has, you know, a certain amount of storage, and I still had the white Xbox 360 at the time, so I just thought my Xbox 360 was going to be chugging a lot. It was going to have a low, I guess, frames per second, but I didn't really care about that, so I got my copy. It didn't work on my Xbox 360, and I was fucking pissed. So I guess that Friday, me and my dad, we got like one of those storage things for the Xbox 360, and I finally got to play it, and my god, it was good, man. Those were good memories. Either way, I feel like I went on a lot about my nostalgia for GTA 5, so I guess on to the next and I guess last topic. Alright, now when it comes to gameplay, I think GTA 5 kind of took a cut in the details. You know, it's not really like GTA 4. So in GTA 5, let's just say you shoot somebody in the leg, they're gonna act like they got shot in the head. You know, it just doesn't really seem right. I mean, it's just my opinion, but I just feel like GTA 5 gameplay-wise just feels more cartoony. You know, it may not be as realistic as GTA 4. They cut out certain details, but still, I mean, GTA 5 is still good on its own. Alright, well, GTA 5 versus GTA 4. There really isn't a better game between the both of them. They're both good. It's just one of them is sort of different than the other. One has more detail, one has less detail, one has better vehicles, one doesn't have better vehicles. Either way, I feel like these are both good games. Story-wise, in my opinion, it may not be the best, but I still feel like both of these games are good. Either way, if you guys like this video, like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, no rush, and tell me down below. What do you think is better in your opinion, GTA 4 or GTA 5? I don't know. Tell me down in the comments and I'll see you later. Peace.
Dragons have invaded Dave & Buster's.